Okay, let's just dive right in. We're going to break down one of the most powerful and free AI tools out there today, Google's NotebookLM. Now, chances are, if you've even tried it, you've barely scratched the surface. See, this isn't just another chatbot. It's a full-blown cognitive engine. And today, we're going to walk through the framework to use it like an absolute pro. But first, let's just start with a really important question. One that gets right to the heart of what makes this tool so different. What if your AI literally couldn't make things up? What if it was impossible for it to hallucinate facts? That's the core promise we're going to explore. In this slide right here, this is the whole game. On one hand, you've got your standard AI, right? It's pulling from the entire, vast, messy internet. But on the other hand, you have NotebookLM. It's grounded. It builds its entire world only from the sources that you give it. This means its answers are hyper-specific and factual to your documents. It just can't invent things because its entire universe of knowledge is contained and curated by you.
And that brings us to the most important step in this whole process. And honestly, it's the one most people get wrong. Step 1 is all about curation. The principle couldn't be simpler. Quality in, quality out. Your notebook is only ever going to be as smart as the knowledge base you build for it.
And look, NotebookLM gives you a ton of ways to build that base. You can upload files directly. We're talking PDFs, images, even audio files from your phone. You can just paste in links to websites or YouTube videos, and poof, it instantly scrapes the text. You can hook it up to your Google Drive, paste in copied text, or even use its built-in search to find and add new sources on the fly. But here's the kicker, and this quote from our source material just nails it. If you just dump a bunch of random links in there, you are completely missing the point. You're just creating a tiny, messy version of the internet. The real power, the magic, comes from being selective, from actually vetting your sources and building a knowledge base that you trust. That's what real curation is all about. Okay, so once you've curated your trusted sources, you're ready for step 2, learning. This is where you go from just having a pile of raw data to actively pulling out deep insights. It's the fun part, the interactive part where you actually get to chat with your documents. And check this out. This shows the night and day difference between amateur and pro-level use. An amateur asks for a simple summary. And what do they get? A generic, kind of boring paragraph. But a pro, they give the AI a job, a persona. You're an aerospace analyst. They give it a really specific task, they set constraints, and they tell it exactly what format they want. And the result? It's structured, it's insightful, and it's immediately useful. And there are so many cool ways to do this. For instance, you can use the focus and peel method to zoom in on a topic and then just keep digging deeper and deeper. Or you can try a gap hunter prompt to ask what's missing from your sources, which is a fantastic way to find the holes in your research. There's even a Socratic tutor mode, where you can get the AI to quiz you on your own materials and it'll give you hints based only on the stuff you've uploaded. So here's the absolute game changer. Every single answer that NotebookLM gives you comes with citations, these little numbers that link directly back to the exact passage in your source documents. Now, this isn't just some neat feature, it's the very soul of the tool. It completely eliminates hallucinations and lets you fact-check anything instantly. You always know exactly where your information is coming from. All right, so you've curated your sources, you've used them to uncover some amazing insights. So now what? How do you actually put them to work? Well, that brings us to the final step, create. NotebookLM has this feature called the Studio, which is basically a workshop for turning all that raw knowledge into polished, usable assets.
This is where you stop being just a researcher and you start becoming a creator. With just a few clicks, you can instantly turn everything you've learned into a whole suite of different types of content.
So, for example, let's say you've got data scattered across a bunch of different PDFs and press releases. You can just ask NotebookLM to pull it all out and organize it into a clean, structured table, like this one comparing the Artemis missions. I mean, think about it. This could save you hours of tedious, manual work. Or, how about this? The audio overview feature. It literally generates a podcast-style conversation between two AI hosts, and they're just discussing your source material. And get this, it's not just a passive thing you listen to. You can actually jump into the conversation, ask a clarifying question, and the AI hosts will answer you before they continue the show. It's kind of wild. And the whole creation suite is just packed with options. You can generate explainer videos with AI visuals. You can create professional-looking infographics. It can build entire slide decks for a presentation or put together detailed study guides complete with quizzes. It can even generate these interactive mind maps to help you see the connections between ideas. It's a complete workshop for your knowledge. So when you put all of this together, you start to realize this is way more than just another tool. It really represents a new way to think and work with information. It's not just about getting answers, it's about activating what a lot of people call a second brain. You know, the best way to describe it is as a cognitive engine. It's a system that's designed to be a partner in your thinking process. It's there to help you synthesize, to find connections, and to generate totally new ideas that are always grounded in a knowledge base that you yourself have built and that you trust. So let's just recap this simple but super powerful framework. First, you curate your trusted sources. Second, you learn by asking sharp questions and really interacting with that knowledge base. And finally, you act, using the studio to transform your insights into actual, tangible things.
And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. NotebookLM isn't just another answer engine, spitting out random stuff from the web. It's a focused, grounded thinking partner that works right alongside you using only the information that you've decided is credible. This whole approach really does change how we can approach learning and research and creating things. It puts the power of curation and synthesis right back into your hands. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with your second brain?